ClaretsTV speaking to Chelmsford City manager Robbie Simpson after the last-minute winner here against St Albans. Robbie, that was a strange game, but we come out on top.
It was, yeah. Really difficult first half. We were against the strong wind. Pitch was particularly difficult tonight. Again, dry, wobbly. So it was going to be tough against the wind in that first half. And I was actually really pleased that the players at half-time, that they gave themselves a footing in the game when, let's face it, it was so difficult, and the game in that first half didn't look anything like we wanted it to look. And they dug in and they made sure. It was very similar to Torquay, I felt. Well, there was a strong wind that day, dry pitch, bobbly, and obviously we conceded 2 goals that day. So to see the progress from that game to being 0-0 when the game looked, let's face it, nothing like we wanted it to look, I was really pleased, and I said to them at half time, you've given yourselves a foundation now to go and win the game. With the wind, create sustained pressure. Didn't quite happen for us again. I know we got the early goal and we had a bit more impetus, but for the whole game today we played in moments rather than having any kind of control in it. But we carried more of a threat. I thought we had a few moments in the first half, don't get me wrong, but we carried more of a threat in the second half. But still the game didn't look like how we wanted it to. We wanted to play in their half, control play in their half. And when games are like that, you have to entrust the players to find a way and to fix things on the pitch. When it's not looking how we tactically have set up or how we want it to look, the opposition, it's looking how they want it to look, and you have to try and find a way to, one, not concede, but also try and get a foothold in the game, or try and have moments where we look really threatening and can score goals. And I'd say, other than their short corner, we fixed things on the pitch that they threw at us, and really well. We had a lot of warnings with the short corner, and people on the pitch, particularly the ones that aren't marking someone, need to take control. They're not marking anybody, they've got nothing, they've got no external factors, so they need to take control with their voice and with where their starting positions are and where they move to when the short corners happen. And we didn't do that well enough tonight, and their goal obviously came from that. But in general play, I thought that we stifled them in that final third really well. I didn't think we maybe did it as well as we'd have liked to in their build-up to stop them higher up the pitch, but certainly in our third, their final third, that we did that, and that's full credit to the players. Absolutely full credit to the players. It's not many times I've come away this season where the game hasn't looked how we've wanted it to, and we've come away with 3 points. I think this is probably the first one, actually. I can think of a draw at home to Chesham where it looked nothing like we wanted it to, and we got away with a point. But today, we've had to win by playing well this season, and today we've won without the game from 90 minutes looking how we wanted it to at all. So I'm really proud of the players in that aspect, and it's given us still giving us a chance. We want to go on a run, and we said before the game, this is the first game of our run. We had those 4 tough ones against the top 4 basically out the way. We maybe got 2 less points than we targeted from those games, and we got to make them up, and we got 8 more games to do it.
And a big call at half-time, bringing on another striker in Jordan, taking Charlie off, but Salim needed some help up there, and it worked well with them combining for the goal.
Yeah, well, we knew the wind would take the ball higher up the pitch, so we needed 2 up there, and Jordan's a big physical presence up there, and he feels, and he definitely didn't have his best game, but what he did do was be a presence and perhaps create room for others. And there was some players that really shone. The final goal that we scored was an excellent one. Nico playing forward to Blandy, who made a brilliant forward run. Again, when he came on, it probably for the first 5-10 minutes of him coming on, it took him a while to actually get settled, but his forward run beyond Nico, and then his security to keep the ball and set it back to Nico. And Nico does what he does and gets a cross in, and a superb finish from Kane. I think our first goal, Kane completely missed it, didn't he? And then Salim backheeled it. But again, Nico getting to that byline, us getting bodies in the box, which is what we want to do. And we've scored another 2 goals. You know, we've scored multiple goals, not just single goals, in many games this season. And so we know we've got goals in us, and we're going to fight.
And now Nico Valentine is really looking like a special talent, isn't he? Now he can play all the games, hopefully, until now and the end of the season. He'll be a real asset to us.
Yeah, I don't think Ipswich are going to be very happy with me, but I had to leave him on. You know, after him playing his first 90 minutes on Saturday on the 3G, in the way the game was. We exchanged messages, let's say, about tonight and how many minutes he could play. I said I'd look after him if I could, but unfortunately the game dictated that I wanted him on till the end, and obviously I'm very happy that we didn't take him off. I have to take him off, but yeah, he's a great talent.
And St Albans down the bottom of the league, but they're a really tough side, played really well in both games against us, bringing Sean Jeffers off the bench and players like that, so it was a real tough game. Yeah,
in my prep for them, I've probably watched the game tonight 10 times, where they've dominated with the ball. They've dominated from their own third up until the final third, perhaps not put chances away or created clear-cut chances, and then conceded late. You think of their draw on Saturday, completely dominated the game, conceded late. Chippenham as well, scored early, conceded late. I imagine they're really frustrated. They've got the players and the squad to be up the other end of the league, let's face it, and for whatever reason they're in a place where that keeps happening, and it's tough to get out of it. So I do feel for them. You could see tonight what a good football team they could be, but it's just not going for them, and I'm really pleased that we managed to continue that run for them.
Another home game on Saturday. We've got Western coming here. What do you make of that challenge?
Real tough one. You know, they're right up there. They're knocking on the door as the playoffs. A bit harder than us at the minute, and we want to be the one that's there, ready to sneak in when one of the top 7 slips up. So it's a game against, you could call one of our rivals for the season. We're both vying for that 7th spot, and so it should be a good game.
Okay, really well done tonight, Simo, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you.